And welcome to the final segment of the show for today. The topic is the Oasis Center, and we're talking to RJohnson and Miss Catherine Windham. And of course, let me not only welcome you back to this final segment, but to let you know that anything that you've got to say in reference to the Oasis Center, or anything, any pleas you have to make, and etc., some of the things that you might have wanted to say before you got here, but did not have an opportunity to say yet, I want you to say that now so that you can't leave and say that, you know, I didn't allow you to say certain things. So, but really, I want to give you the opportunity to simply freely discuss whatever you believe to be important that our audience ought to know in reference to the center. Let's start with you and then with Ms. Will.
Yeah, one of the things that I think everyone should know that, you know, the Oasis Center is there for our community. It's not just there for a selective group of people. And I really think that, you know, people should know, stop by, call, bring your young person down there. We have college access where we got young people right there on staff that will help their young person get prepared for college. We have you know, a bunch of different outreach programs. We have the REAL program. We have the LBGT program where we really believe in wrapping our arms around the whole person. And then the other thing I think they need to understand and know, I really would like to know, it is a safe place. We have counseling on hand right there to help you walk through some of the things that you may be going through. And at the end of the day, I think you're going to really meet people who love people when you walk into the Oasis Center.
Ms. Windham.
Well, I agree with Ron. You know, all of our programs primarily focus on three things: connecting a young person to a healthy adult, providing them a safe place, as Ron mentioned, and empowering them to make better choices as they become adults. And through all of our programming, that's really where we stay focused.
Is this, the first part, is that sort of a mentoring program? Is that what you do? Is that a part of it?
Somewhat. You know, all of our counseling team, our whole staff, even me, I'm not a counselor, but I'm expected to be, you know, a positive influence on any young person I encounter, and I take that quite seriously. And all of us are very focused. There's not a staff member there that is not their primary focus, to ensure that any person, young person we connect with, it's a positive relationship, it's a positive connection. Whether I know them, I know their name or not, you're going to get a positive greeting or response from me and the entire staff. All of the services that Oasis offers are free, which is pretty amazing to me when you consider the vast resources. As we talked about a minute ago, the Youth Engagement and Action Program, there's about 15 different ways that young people can connect with us in very positive and fun ways. Our bike workshop is an incredible program where young people can build their own bike, ride it out, it's theirs. They can navigate our streets safely, get out of the house, get good exercise. It's beautiful today. Having the opportunity to be on a bike and breathing in fresh air is really incredible. The one thing I really didn't have time to mention a minute ago was our College Connection program, as Ron mentioned. And, you know, we probably all can agree that the key to ending poverty is through education.
Education, it really is.
I know that there's some disparity out there in some of the percentages, you know, that college grads are having a hard time finding jobs. But when you look at the statistics of a college graduate versus a high school graduate and their employment ability, there's still a wide gap in who's going to get that job. So we do believe that a college education is a top priority, or a certificate or training. We don't want anyone to feel like that college is the only thing that may be for them, but some sort of training that will improve their ability to earn a good wage for their family and for themselves. So that's really kind of closes the circle on all the services that we offer. And just tremendous results. The community, the Nashville community, is very supportive of the work we do.
That's what I was thinking. Who supports this? I mean, financially, I mean, how do you get your
great question. We have a very diverse, what I call funding portfolio. Some of it is through federal grants, some of it's through state grants, and some of it's through private foundations that support our work. And then a fair number of it is just checks, donations that people make. And you know, as in the marketing and development team, I often hear my $25 doesn't make a difference. I can assure you that your $25 makes a difference. We put all those $25 together, and we create pretty powerful change in our community.
And so you're serving more than 2,700
2,700 young people.
Boys and girls.
Young men and young women, ages 14 to 24. One of the things that we really focus on is meeting young people where they are. We don't expect you to come in fixed and healed and a mature young person. You may not be. You may be stuck somewhere along the way. And that's the wonderful thing about Oasis is that you are always welcome there. There are never second chances. There's third chances, fourth chances, but you've never reached your last chance with us. And I think that's a very important thing for young people to know.
And so you've been with Oasis Center for how many years?
I've been with the Oasis Center for about 5 years, but I've been working in the youth market for over 30 years. And
now, well, with all of that experience, what are some of the things that you can tell young people this morning in terms of how to change their lives or how to make their lives conform to what might be right or whatever?
I can say this here from my own experiences and some of the things that I've been teaching is I always tell my staff is the way we find a way to help young people change, one, we got to be authentic, and then we allow them to be authentic, and then we allow them to own what it is that they choose to do. But in owning what they choose to do, we try to equip them. We want to give them more tools that they can use when they find themselves in a situation that got them here. They didn't have the tools that we're going to be giving them. So when they leave us, they're going to have an array of different tools that they can use to change their life. And I think with that, if you can change a brain, you can change a person's life. You can change the way he thinks. And those are the things that we really go after. We can change the thought process. We can change the heart along the way. And that's what we have found in the real program. We've had over 400 some young people to come through that program. And you're talking about, you know, the high 80, 90% of non-recidivism. But not only that, having parents calling and saying, what have you done to my son? We haven't done anything but prepare him and give him more tools that he used to make better decisions from what he had before he got to this place.
And they are impressed by whatever you've done in reference to getting that. Huh?
Absolutely. And I'm so grateful for that, because we teach them things such as music, lyricology. One of our main core foods is music, the effects of music in our lives. Does music have an effect? And when we're able to help young people understand it, we're not trying to take it away, but does it have an effect? And we're just trying to help them appreciate it more and not perpetuate it more. And then when that happens, they listen to it from a different lens, different ear, with a different ear.
I think, Ms. Wyndham, Mr. Johnson came to us a long time ago. At that time, he had a program, and that's why I wanted to bring this up at this particular time, called Choices.
Choices and the Effects.
Choices and the Effects. Say something about that. We've got about a minute.
Well, I still do the choices and the effects because it's so real, so relevant, and so of this time. We are all direct derivatives of the choices we make. We are the sum total of what happens to us. So prior to doing it, that program is something that I use in the real program. It's not exactly called Choices and Effects, but it's actually used, and our young people take it to heart. They really seriously take it to heart. They own their decisions, and they understand that it does have an effect.
And so you've decided to simply dedicate your life in a real sense up in reference to helping others and dealing with young people. Is that right, Ms. Wyndham? Yeah,
he's a superhero. He didn't wear his cape today, but he's a superhero.
Very good. And of course, and I think that you're playing a very, very important part in helping to organize things in terms of marketing and et cetera, because that's an important outreach.
It really is an honor to do it. To be part of something that's just having such a vast impact in our community and nationwide. Last night, Obama talked in his State of the Union address about college opportunities, and Tennessee is one of those primary places where that's coming.